I wonder why afternoons always make you feel sleepy like this. Mion spoke in a voice that went so far as to make whoever heard it lethargic. You want a medical explanation for sleepiness? I could say it, but it'll just make you even more sleepy. Spare me. It was almost 3 o'clock. 6th period was almost over. By the way, Sakuto and everyone else in the lower grades ended their school day after the 5th period, so they were probably running around in the schoolyard right now. I could hear their joy-filled voices coming from there right now. Oh, what would I give to be able to join them? Just to get out the classroom and all, from all that learning. Mi-chan, you're the class representative, so you have to try harder. No going to sleep. You see, rather than the class representative, I'd rather be the president of the boxing club. They get to sleep a lot. Huh? What makes you think that? At the boxing gym, they're always hitting the sack. Get it? Ha 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 ha. The teacher cackled as she hit the back of Mion's head with the corner of a textbook. That's all from me. I'll leave it at that for today. Representative, please direct the class. Is it only just us three? Everybody stand up. At attention. Mion, who had been half asleep, became lively again the moment she heard class was over. It must be delightful to be that shrewd. Homeroom was done after the lower grades had finished their lessons, so we were free to go. It was one of the odd rules we had as a mixed grade school. When the new class was over, Sakuto and Rika-chan returned to the classroom. Time for club activities, I guess. Good work today. Alright, it's time for Happy Fun Club Activities, yeah. Yeah, that's right. What shall we do today? Hey Mi-chan, why don't we continue what we started yesterday? Yes, we should do that. To have it end like that when things were getting good, I won't accept it. Now, I know how you feel, but let's save that for another time. Something like that shouldn't be done somewhere dingy like a classroom after school, but on a grander stage. I'm down whenever, but some of the younger guys said they'd watch me in the finals, so let me know ahead of time. Whoa, Keiji-kun, you're amazing. There's people cheering you on. I wonder if there's anyone cheering on Rena. I couldn't help but watch as Rena entered her pining maiden mode? I guess that's pining. I'm not gonna pull any punches, but I'll pray for your victory, Rena. Of a saturnine Keiji brand smile, I ruffled Rena's hair roughly. What? Oh, Keiji-kun, what are you? Rena turned bright red and short-circuited, smoke billowing from both her ears. Gazing into her eyes, a strange scene of me holding hands with Rena and skipping through a flower bed was reflected there. Even if it was in somebody else's imagination, it was terribly troubling. I like the fact that you can see her delusion. Meet Keiji, the Rena killer. And Rika-chan said that everyone burst out laughing at once. Ha 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 ha. That Rena is a Sakuto and Rika-chan killer though. It may be true that we can't win against Rena, but we won't lose to Keiji. Oh, this is becoming a pretty interesting relationship map. Our strengths kind of interact like a rock paper scissors. But that doesn't include Mion, does it? Of course not. It doesn't matter who it is, I won't lose. Yeah, she's like, the exception. Mion leered with a gaze befitting of a club president's no. befitting of an empress. The mood in the room became more lively. It was as good a moment as any to get started. Wonder what's being played today. Well now, let's get started nice and easy. Yeah, so then Michan, what shall we do today? Mion let out a small interjection as she rummaged through the so-called club locker. Every time I look, there's always a ton of things crammed in there. Anything that's jammed in that locker is a game of some kind, you know. On top of that, things used for penalty games like cat ears and collars were kept in there. The capacity of that thing is unfathomable. Is it a fourth dimension? Yes. That locker, maybe it actually extended through the wall into the fourth dimension. That's my theories anyway. In fact, I was on the ball for that one. If not that, then how else could you explain how someone could pull out item after item? After Mian touched her hand to her chin briefly in thought, she turned around not pulling out any games. Why don't we try and keep it a bit simple today? Playing games that require lots of pieces all the time can be a bit bland, right? It doesn't matter what kind of game it is, if everybody plays together, we can have fun. Yeah, that's right. Ryan and I both expressed our agreement. I feel the same way. With this group, there's no doubt, even if we were pulling weeds from the school grounds, it would be fun. That wouldn't be fun for me. Pulling weeds or whatever. Ah, that's right, isn't it? By the way, Sakuto, could you stop reading people's minds by looking at their expressions? Whatever you're thinking, it's always written all over your face. Well, you always know right away. I've always been told that, but ever since I transferred, it seems like it's been exceptionally bad. Maybe they're just really good. They're just really good at reading your face. I need to develop a poker face, or I could be in for a rough time. Alright everybody, pay attention. I'm going to explain the rules. We all immediately cut the idle chatter and put on stern expressions. In no time at all, everybody's gaze focused like a tiger or a shark listening intently. That's right. Although, from the point where the rules are explained, the match has already begun. Today's game, probably better known as a party game. It's called Sympathy. Has anybody heard of it before? Nope, never heard of it. Sympathy. It means to share somebody's feelings, right? Maybe I might know this. Michan, maybe it's the game where we choose a topic and everybody writes down the first word that comes to mind. And the more people who share the same answers, the more points are rewarded. In that case, Renner knows about it. Ah, I remember. I recall playing a game like that in grade school while we were on the bus during a field trip. I'm not familiar with this game. I would like an explanation. I too would like one. First of all, we have a leader choose a subject, choose a topic. For example, if they choose dessert. Sakuto-chan, when somebody says dessert, what's the first thing you think of? Let's see here, pudding or something. Okay, in that case, Sakuto, you would write down pudding on your memo pad. Then everybody reveals their answers at the same time. If there's two or more people who wrote down pudding, they get points. The more people who write down the same answers, the more points are awarded. So if everybody writes down the same answer, that's a max of 5 points. In other words, the trick is to think so that what you write down is the same answer as everybody else. It was exactly as Rika-chan said. The point of this game was to think in a way so that you have the same answer as everybody else. For example, even if you heard the word dessert and immediately thought of strawberry sundae, If your answer doesn't match up with everybody else, you don't get any points. That's why you have to hold off on that answer and change to one that seems like everybody else would choose. The key becomes not what you think yourself, but being able to predict what everybody else will answer is a very high level intellectual game. For sector's sake, let's try practicing one for one round. Okay, for this round, seeing as I am club president, the leader will be me, alright? The topic can be something random. Taking out a literal textbook, she began flipping to a random page. Alright then, this is the only practice round. The first topic is shaved ice. When you say shaved ice, there's only one answer, isn't there? Among the standard flavours of shaved ice, there's strawberry, melon and blue Hawaiian. Oh, blue Hawaii actually. The most popular amongst these is obviously melon. Everybody write down an answer, and everybody show theirs at the same time, okay? Ready? Go. Strawberry. Melon. What the? Jintoki? Strawberry. What? I'm the other one with melon? You guys, don't you go doing something so mundane as picking strawberry as the standard? Hey Renner, would you actually order strawberry shaved ice? The first thing that always sells out at summer festival is always melon, isn't it? Renner also likes melon flavour, but really, it's all about the strawberry, right? Okay Jan, if I was to pick, I would actually choose melon. But you see, this is a word association game. If somebody says shaved ice, the first thing you think of is strawberry. I'm still not entirely convinced, but in any case, it's this type of game. But Rika-chan, what exactly did you write? Is that a type of shaved ice? It's Jintoki. It's incredibly delicious, you know. Now it might be delicious, sure, but it's not exactly run of the mill. Still, that's still a pretty refined choice. What the hell? I need to search that up later. ch.2, did this help you get a good idea? There were 3 people who wrote down strawberry, so those people get 3 points. We compete to see who can get the most. Yeah, I got it. More importantly, me on Sad. What shall we do about today's penalty game? Oh, there's going to be one after all. Well, it is part of the rules here. What will it be? What should it be? K-chan, you have a suggestion? What, for the penalty game? When I was in elementary school, there was a penalty game. Yeah, it can only be that. Okay, we're just going to apparently he's already done that. In other words, that thing where the loser has to carry around everyone else's baggage. It happened often to the boys. Elementary school kids walking around completely covered in backpacks, you see it a lot. But how will we do that? Tango-chan and Rika-chan's houses are the complete opposite directions from ours. And how about the loser carries just the winner's stuff to their house? Getting everybody else's stuff to their houses would involve covering a pretty sizable distance. Oh yeah, just that much might be alright. Somehow today's penalty game is pretty simple. No penalty game on this level, it wouldn't even be fun to make Keiichi-san do it. And shall we raise the stakes a bit? Not just playing Porter. Okay, there we go. How about we have someone schlep stuff around dressed in this? Why a maid outfit of all things? It's fitting. Haha. It's cute and all, but no way. But you see, what do we do if Keiichi-san loses? If we don't have a size that fits him? Oh, I didn't let that little detail get by. Oh god, you are so prepared, Rion. You are so prepared. I have a nice XL size one prepared just for Kei-chan. So Kei-chan, are you ready? I'm going to have you walk around outside dressed up as a maid. From the headband to the garter belt, even the underwear, I got it all prepared for you. This is insane. Why do you have every possible size of that type of thing in your locker? This is bad, Keiichi Maibara. Somehow, it has become a situation where only my failure results in an overly cruel price to pay. But if I make a mistake and lose, I wouldn't be able to walk around in broad daylight anymore. Oh wow, about that Maibara boy. Did you hear about him? It seems like he has a penchant for cross-dressing. I should go back to the last time where what was he wearing? He was wearing the school swimsuit and cat ears and had to like pet the headmaster on the head, wasn't it? Oh, I'm surprised that didn't get out. Oh my, really? That'd be so embarrassing, you know? Ho 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 ho. That's way too harsh. It's just incredibly brutal. If we're to return this penalty to some resemblance of normalcy, now is the only time. Everybody, I think we should refrain from this unwholesome penalty game. Why on earth? Why on the way back home to school? Hang on, wait, let me try that again. Why on the way back home from school do we have to be accompanied by a girl wearing a maid uniform and carrying our baggage? Having them say master, while dragging them around the village in such an embarrassing outfit. Wait, why am I panting? What is this? This feeling welling up inside me. Hey, let's just make it a normal penalty game. Wait, Keiichi-kun has frozen stiff. Burning with passion, I firmly place my hands on Rena's shoulders. Rena, there is no problem with this penalty game. I just have to win. That's right, everybody. I turned to everybody with an idiotic grin, my pearly whites flashing with a brilliant gleam. Okay, Chan, you've come around to the idea, eh? No matter what the penalty game is, there's no reason to be afraid. You just have to win. Right, everybody? Yeah, we're totally gonna lose, aren't we? From Neon to Rika-chan, everybody energetically thrust their fists up high. Only Rena seemed somewhat undecided, standing there looking flustered. She's a bit slow, isn't she? If she wins, even for Rena it's quite the delectable opportunity. Hey Rena, don't you see this is a pretty big opportunity? Rika-chan or Sanctum, in a maid outfit, coming right to your doorstep. This is a historically great chance, isn't it? Oh no, yeah, oh god, she's explosion. Rena began spouting a fountain of blood from her nose. The look in her eyes completely changed. She shifted into cute mode. I was waiting for this, Rena. That look in her eyes. Ah, to my doorstep. It's not like Keiichi-kun or B-chan wouldn't be good too. Ah. Alright. Looks like everybody's prepared themselves.